No. I just want to go back to school quick and do that. So that's you.
Do what?
Oh, just So you graduated?
Oh, yeah, that's what I was like. Wait, you're going back to school? Oh shit, man, you're gonna grad. This is
No, I'm
exciting.
not going back to school. If they don't have me, but congrats, you did it.
Yeah,
Cheers,
thank you,
to
cheers,
that.
man.
That's
Yeah.
a big deal. That's big.
People always say that a lot, and it's funny. Like, I'm never good at like taking confidence or anything. Um, and then you're always reminded, like in your mind, of like the shortcomings and everything. So anytime I have like a negative mindset for that. So anytime someone says something, yeah, but like it hasn't been what I wanted it to be. And it's like at the same time, like what? Shut the fuck up! Like you're doing it. And, like
No,
to get
right.
anything in motion is the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's all you're trying to do. And that's like with the whole. Oh, we'll talk about the Pressfield whole War of Art thing. Love that book. Um, but yeah, especially going back to school and finishing that, like, didn't exactly turn out the way I thought and hoped. Nothing ever does. But it was such an amazing experience, especially like after the accident and everything, and being away from writing and any of that like intellectual thought that, and being like in a community. I always talk like when I came back to school, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll be like, conversing a lot more with these people, try to get more involved with the arts community, all that sort of thing. But just to get back to that sort of thought and the act of actual writing, and really like turn my brain back on, because I didn't know I didn't know how it would function coming back to school after that long of a break, and then have to write, however long essays, final papers, final essays, stuff like that. And first ones were honestly kind of rocky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have like a pretty. I always want to take things like a different direction than the professor puts as a prompt for the essay or anything. I'll try to take a more creative route or something, and didn't go so well. The first, like, fine enough, but it's like, okay. But once it kind of got rolling, like, it really felt like, especially after the accident, I was more confident about like my brain's back on. Like it's working fine. It gave me at least more confidence to realize like you can still do these things. And
So was that more from just being away, or from the accident, or just both?
I want to say, well, definitely both. I want to say more from being away, because that feeling had built up over the 7 years that.
Oh yeah.
And that, funny enough, all kind of led up to like the accident in a way of like it was that 7 years off where I was just working, doing that stuff, and it was like I'm going to keep doing this writing and all this stuff and stay involved with this sort of thought and reading, and just slowly dwindled out and did nothing, none of that for years and years, and it was always like trying to get back on the horse and then fall off, and try to get a little project started, fall off, or get distracted, and then. Sorry, what were we even?
Coming back to school after the break and the crash.
No, yeah, but it was a lot more the 7 years. The accident was more just like the spearhead and the reason to really actually take action. I'm going to go back and do this, like no matter what it takes, and finish this out. And
Wait, so it essentially took you. So you were doing it for 7 years, and
I was out for 7 years.
Out. Yeah. And then what? Once you made the decision to go back, how long did it take you?
Oh man, well, because that like decision had been made, how many times throughout those 7 years. But like once I made the final decision, a lot of it was like my girlfriend coming back and us reuniting and talking a lot. And her kind of like, being the extra nudge that like, this sounds like exactly what you need to do and want to do. And then so like, it was probably like December or something the year before that we'd really been talking. And like, no, yeah, I'm definitely going to do this. And it wasn't kind of from that moment on. It was like, no, this is no matter what it takes. And there was a lot of things, ducks that had to get in a row. I had to talk to work and figure out a whole lot of things. I had to go back, and because I had been expelled. Well, I don't know if it technically counts as expelled. I had been dismissed because I didn't withdraw from my classes like a fucking idiot that I didn't show up to. So I got all Fs, didn't withdraw, so all those Fs land. I already had some bad grades before, so dismissed for bad academic standing. And then, so you have to apply to come back and like get approved to be able to come back to the university. So I was all worried about that process. But once I was really like invested, this is what's going to happen. Like I went balls to the wall and like getting every detail. Like I was double checking everything. I wrote like you write like a little letter thing and fill out all this stuff to be accepted. And like I went hard on that, like put my heart and soul into it. And it was funny, like once I finally showed up to meet with her and everything, it was kind of essential. Like then I felt dumb because I almost got letters of recommendation from a couple of professors. I used to go to office hours all the time and made like good relationships with a couple like big name professors. One used to be the head of the English department, English honors, who I had a class with again this year. That was also really helpful. Almost got letters of recommendation. And then like when I showed up, I'm like, you're in. I realized like they didn't really need to hear all this. They're like want to take my money. They're like, you just have to show like, yeah, I'm serious. I'm gonna actually do the work. And then from there, I was just happy that somehow got all A's at the end of it. Like first semester went amazing. Like, you know, worked my ass off, especially balancing work and all that. For once in my life, all A's. And then second semester, I was like kind of whiffle waffling at the beginning, but then all A's again. It's like a full year of all A's for me. It's fucking crazy.
Dude,
like, I had a
insane.
1.8 sophomore or junior in high school that Brandon always talks about. A 1.8 during the wrestling season.
That Brandon always talks about. Shout out, Brandon. Love you.
Love you too, Brandon.
Oh, yeah. So you went from a 1.8 to being out of school for 7 years, to getting back in school to getting all A's. Like that's crazy, and that's so inspiring too. Because I was like, damn, like that, like as you were saying that, I was thinking like, man, like, yeah, like I can do this, I can make this work too. But yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and like I said, that's all. And so many people had told me that, and I always try to like dismiss it and shut them down. And like I keep trying to remind them, like, shut the fuck up, like take the. And it's not like it wasn't all that difficult, but you're like that took a lot of work, and like I really committed myself to that whole year.
Because I remember like you were busy like for school and stuff.
Oh yeah, it was like I've never. I kept talking because then like people are parents and shit. And I'm like, okay, well, I'd be talking to a professor like, God, I'm just really busy. I'm like, well, sorry, because you're actually busy. This is just the first time I've been busy in my entire life, and so to me, it's like a whole new world.
No, and it's different too. Because when I'm busy with Leon, it's rewarding in a way that I feel like being busy with school is just like, oh, this sucks. All of it, like I don't get something crazy like dopamine rush that I can't even explain.
Yeah. I mean, that's like parenting's the most rewarding thing anyone can ever do. Yeah, but I mean, there was moments like it was all exciting. Like so many moments were great, and then so many during the semester, I was like, fuck, I was getting run down and like just always working on like almost 24/7. I would be working or like sitting at my computer trying to write something or this or that. Like never spending time with Aaron, never seeing any friends, never doing any of that. Yeah, times it wore on me, but
right, yeah, I'm at the part where like, if I get like one paying customer, I'd be set. Like it's so close. I'm so close just to being like solid.
Actually doing it,
Yeah,
and like getting money
like,
for it.
Yeah, because it's like my credit card isn't crazy. Like you know what I mean? Like not a big like amount of money, but
it's not bad at all.
Yeah, but like well now it's like $5. It's like $5 grand. But like paycheck wise, it feels like a lot. But then if I zoom out, like people make way more than this in a sales call and stuff. You know what? Like I am capable of just not even paying it off in one thing. It's just the monthly payments are just like high. So I'm like, if I can get one paying customer, I could just knock that whole thing out and have extra, and then I'd be good.
It's like once you're at that and like debt free, and then you actually have some money coming in, you like feel like the richest fucking man in the world.
Yeah. And I got myself into this position too.
That's like the whole crucible thing of like you have that weight on you of trying to get out of that, and like you could easily ask. I'm sure, people would help you out. It's like this same way with so many things. But like, no, I've got myself here in this crucible. I'm gonna work my way out. But everything you're gonna gain from that is the act of getting yourself out of that.
Exactly.
But that's like just like parenting or things like that, where it's like, or like this year where I had work in school and everything's so busy. But then you realize like being put under that load, you realize how much you can do, and it starts to inspire like you to be more motivated to like get a lot more done. Like I got more done this year than I've ever done in my life. And like the more load you add sometimes makes you way more productive in like every area of your life. Like I thought this year would just be school and work, and that would be all I'd be able to handle. And a lot of times it was, but there's so many other little things that like I got energy for, or had time to do, or the mental space, because it all builds like insane energy flow that keeps feeding. That's like the Tim Ferriss thing with the Stephen Pressfield War of Art, which I have that book. It's great. Joe Rogan fucking loves it, but they were talking about, because Tim Ferriss is trying to write like some fiction, whatever. So they talked a lot about that stuff. And Pressfield's whole thing is about like overcoming resistance, which is like this whole procrastination thing, like the whole like podcast thing of like I've always wanted to do this, but I've just never taken the step. But a lot of what Ferriss was talking about, of as he started, going out this whole other project of like trying to write fiction, while Tim Ferriss has a million fucking things going on there, like loading him in with money and all that. And it's like, why are you doing this? Do you want to be a writer of this or that? He's like, all these different thoughts. But at the end of the day, once I stumbled into it, I realized like this gives me so much more energy and excitement. Like it feeds my soul. And then like everything else becomes not easier, but it's like giving more energy for the other avenues. And, like it's feeding me, and I don't at the end. And that's the same thing I try to get in, of like I try to let go of expectations of like I don't expect this to like go amazing, or like I don't expect this to be bringing in dough, or I don't expect to be a writer who's like only writing and like making money off it. Like I just want to do it. It's gonna feed my soul, but then like you start to pick up momentum, and it goes into every area.
Yeah, I love that. And like before in high school, then even like in middle school and high school, I was like when I weighed 285. If I remember thinking like, man, like I just don't think like I'll ever have like abs. It'd be like cut and like fit. I just don't think that I could do that. I don't think it's possible. Like there's just no way. And now that I did that, I'm like, oh well, I did that. And I had those thoughts. What else? But now I'm having these thoughts about this stuff. It's like, hang on now. It's like, so why am I thinking the thoughts?
Yeah. I think that's the thing with people get so bent out of shape sometimes about like getting in shape and all that sort of thing. But like that is sort of the same crucible. Like it teaches yourself, and that's what like athletics teaches kids and all that. Like teach yourself. You put yourself to something, like you're gonna see your body start to make changes, and then like you get to a point. You never thought you would be this. You start to identify.